Race 2 is finally here. The GoRacing Sim League travelled to Germany for the second race of the season here at the Nurburgring GP-Strecke. Hi, I am Skippy McThrottle, and once again I am joined by my longtime colleague Billy Ray Burnout. Billy Ray, can you tell us a little about this track?
I sure can. The Nurburgring GP-Strecke is the modern Grand Prix circuit of the Nurburgring, located in Germany. Opened in 1984, it is 3.199 miles long with 16 turns. The track features a mix of slow, technical corners and high-speed sections, including the famous Michael Schumacher S and the tight Mercedes Arena. It is used for Formula One, endurance racing, and various GT series. Unlike the Nordschleife, the GP-Strecke has modern safety features and wide runoff areas.
This is the second time GoRacing Sim League has raced this track. Last year we had a good battle between Lewis Lockshine and Sam Buck, with Lewis taking the victory.
Speaking of Sam Buck, he was crazy fast in today's qualifying session. He was the only one with a time in the 154s with a best lap 154.951. But Sam will have his work cut out for him, as we have some fast drivers in today's field, including some old members that have not raced with us in a while.
All right, the pace car is off and we are about to get this race underway. The field takes the final right on the Coca-Cola curve in anticipation of the green flag. And there it is, green flag, green flag.
This first turn is going to be tricky. It is a very tight turn.
Oh, and it looks like two of the leaders had an issue entering the first turn.
I believe that was the pole setter Sam Buck and Kerry Cantera involved in that incident. Not only that, I am pretty sure I noticed a yellow car jumping the start.
Let's take a look at the incident first, and then we can review the start to see if we have a throttle jockey taking off before they should have.
Looks like Sam gets a good start and then moves over in front of Kerry. As the cars fan out, you can see Kerry gets into the rear of Sam when Sam gets on the brakes for turn one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if Sam slowed down more than Kerry expected, or if Kerry simply lost sight of his braking marker. You can see Chris Miller also brakes later than Sam. You really hate to see two good cars get damaged on the first turn of the first lap.
It looks like Sam got the worst of this, as it appears he is having a hard time driving the car. It definitely looks like something is broke in the car. He is probably going to have to use his fast repair.
All right, let's review the start to see if we had a green light bandit.
What the hell is a green light bandit?
Someone who steals the start by going early or laying back to get a run on the field, you dumbass.
Well, that was uncalled for. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I saw a yellow car jump the start. I believe it was Evelio Barrios. He was near the back of the field and had a gap between himself and the leaders. Looks like he sped up to catch the field and failed to slow down, giving himself a major advantage.
Yeah, let's look at that again.
You can see he is carrying speed and fails to slow down to the pacing speed.
Yep, that is against the rules. Looks like he gained about 9 positions before turn 1.
The admins discussed this exact situation in the last podcast. Looks like Evelio can expect a penalty for this move.
All right, back to the first lap. This is a large field today, and this first lap can be tricky with everyone so close together.
Yeah, you really have to be careful in the braking zones. Patience and keen situational awareness are needed during these early laps. Looks like everyone is doing a good job navigating Ford curve here.
Did you know that blinking your headlights to distract another driver is protestable according to the iRacing Sporting Code?
I did. This turn is Dunlop care and can be very tricky. You have to practice patience, getting back on the throttle before you go up the Michael Schumacher S's.
This is a very fast part of the track, and some cars are able to take the S's without getting off the throttle. Como curve is a tricky left turn with some banking. The cars are carrying so much speed, and this is why you sometimes see cars spin out in this turn.
And getting a good exit out of bit curve is extremely important because you have a long straightaway, and this is a great passing spot. Other than the issue in the first turn, the drivers are doing a great job on this first lap. Hopefully this will continue throughout the race.
Don't jinx them. You are known as the Doom Whisperer.
Doom Whisperer? Huh, and you called me a dumbass.
Looks like Frank Aper and Joey Stats had a little contact on lap 2 going into turn 2.
I think Frank got a little loose in the turn, and Joey came down expecting him to stay on the inside of the track. Then they had a good little battle for the next few turns.
We are still on lap 2, and it looks like we have a car spinning.
Looks like Ken Schultz had an issue in bit curve, and he hit the wall. That's a shame.
Here is a good view of the spin from inside Kevin Rupert's car. Looks like he might have hit the inside curb. Looks like we have a battle for position on lap 3 between Glenn McTavish and Kevin Rupert.
Glenn made a quick move to the inside of Kevin going into turn 1, and it looks like it caught Kevin by surprise. And now Kevin makes a move on Glenn going into turn 3 to get his position back.
On the same lap, it looks like both Joey Starts and Frank Appa have an issue going into turn 11.
Not really sure what happened there. Frank simply drove off the track and Joey spun out in the turn. Crazy stuff. You can see Derek Wynn got a little damage from the incident too. Lap 6, we have a good battle between Tyler Hamlin and Kevin Rupert exiting turn 12 and all the way through turn 15. Kevin gets a good run on Tyler, but Tyler holds strong and prevents the pass.
It looks like Kevin is not done. Going into lap 7, he has another good run on Tyler down the front stretch. Kevin makes a move to the inside going into 1, and Tyler swings wide, allowing Kevin to get the position.
On the same lap, Tyler has a solo spin going into turn 11. This is the second spin we've seen in this turn already. And still on lap 7, we have a terrific battle between Joey Stats and Greg Sampson. Great side-by-side racing, and Greg finally completes the pass.
We are now 8 laps in, and Chris Miller is starting to put a fairly large gap between himself and the second place car of Lewis Lockshine. Lewis needs to do what he can to close this gap quickly. 10 laps in, and we have one hell of a battle for positions 4 through 7. Logan Davis, Mike Watts, Shane Papala and Ed Adams are fighting hard.
Yeah, that's tight.
That's what she said.
Oh, good Lord. Wow, that's not something you see every day. Lewis has a solo spin in turn 12 on lap 14.
On lap 11, Shane makes a move on Mike Watts. Shane gets a good run down the long straight and then moves inside Mike at the entrance of turn 1 and completes the pass.
Yeah, that is one of the best passing zones on this track, and Shane uses Mike's draft to gain an advantage.
On lap 12, it appears that Greg Sampson has some sort of failure in the car, possibly something with his steering.
That's really strange. It looks like he had no control of the car whatsoever. Also on lap 12, we had a side-by-side battle with Kerry and Avelio. It looks like Kerry made a move on the inside and they touched, and then they touched again after the turn, and it sent Kerry spinning.
Let's look at this from a little further out to see if we can see what happened. Kerry made a semi-late move to the inside. Looks like Avelio did not know he was there.
From inside Avelio's car, it's hard to tell. You can see Kerry's car in the side mirror. I think the touch after the turn was an accident and not intentional. For some reason, it appears Avelio decided to park it after that incident. On lap 13, Sam Buck makes a late hard charge to the inside of Mike Watts at the entrance of turn 1 and completes the pass. Will slap my shifter and call it a downshift. This never happens. Lewis spins again, this time on lap 14.
The crazy thing is he will probably still manage a top 3 in this race.
True dat.
It looks like Eric Essery and Kerry Cantera are having a good battle on lap 15, only to be passed by Lewis. Oh, and Daniel Scheffer spins out.
Yeah, we are on lap 16 and his car just breaks loose in turn 7.
Look at the pressure Shane Pippola is putting on Logan Davis.
Yeah, Shane has been fast all race and he is trying to get by Logan for what could potentially be a podium position. They have been battling most of the race. The fans are getting their money's worth today. Looks like we have some more great racing on lap 17 between Mike Watts, Eric Essery, and Kerry Cantera.
I think they have been racing each other pretty hard for several laps. It looks like some cars have already started pitting. Let's ask our pit road reporter Julie from julieventures.com if this is expected.
Yes, we are within the pit window. Word in the garage is most cars will need to pit by around lap 20. We can see Chris Payne is pitting now on lap 18.
Thanks, Julie. Looks like we have another strong battle on the track. This time it is between Shane, Logan, and Sam.
It looks like Shane made a move on Logan going into 3, but was unable to make the pass. This slowed him up a little and allowed Sam to pass him. Shane definitely made Sam work for it, though.
Man, that was a battle that started all the way back at turn 3 and it lasted until turn 8.
We really are seeing some great racing today. Oh, and Doug Doucette is around in turn 3.
Julie, are the pits getting busy?
Yes, very busy. As expected, most of the drivers are coming in for fuel and tires around lap 20. It sounds like some teams are electing to only take 2 tires, but most are getting 4.
Thanks again. Wow, it looks like Wyatt Franklin hit Chris Payne going into turn 6.
I can see some damage on the rear of Chris's car. I am sure this also had to damage the nose of Wyatt's car. Yep, as expected, this is going to hurt the performance of both cars for the rest of the race.
And it looks like Rob Shoemaker lost control in turn 14 and hit the wall. Bad luck for him. Chris Miller has pulled away from the field. He has a 24-second lead on second place.
That's a spanking. Hell, the field got spanked so hard, even their pit crew felt it.
You know, you're not funny, right?
That's not what your wife says.
It looks like Shane Pippola is passing another car going into turn 1.
Yeah, he is passing Brandon Harrison, and this is for 4th place. Shane really likes to pass cars going into the first turn. Lane Allen has a big run on Matthew Cushion going into the final turn. Oh, and they touch. Matthew spins. Lane tried to go to the inside, and Matthew came down.
Yeah, he shut the door, but Lane knocked it back open. It looks like Mikey Fredrickson has a run on Brandon Harrison. Mikey looks to the inside, and it appears that Brandon drove the turn a little wide. Mikey passes Brandon for 6th place on lap 28.
Well, here is a name we have been saying all race long. Shane Pippola is racing Logan Davis for 3rd place. This is Shane's favorite spot to pass people today. And once again, he makes a pass in turn 1.
That moves Shane up to 3rd place. We have the white flag on lap 31, and here is a battle for 13th position between Doug Doucette and Wyatt Franklin. Doug makes the pass. And here comes Chris Miller one last time to claim his first pro victory of the season.
He was so fast today that NASA is thinking about classifying him as a UFO. We have a battle at the end for the amateur victory between Kevin Rupert and Nick Gielis. Kevin gets a good run on Nick out of turn 15.
He's looking inside. Oh, they touch.
It looks like Kevin backed off. Nick is going to win his first amateur race of the season. Great job. Wow, what an outstanding race. There was so much action on the track the entire race.
It really was outstanding. Congratulations to all the drivers today. Join us next week as the GoRacing Sim League moves on to Circuito de Navarra. This will be the first time the league will race at this track. For GoRacing Sim League, I'm Skippy McThrottle.
And I am Billy Ray Burnout. See you next week.